If you're wondering about being back, I have some little nutshells, and not to take too much time here on Sunday morning, but here's the deal on being back in. We are back in session, in person, in-house. And if there is a COVID exposure, we're not going to close. It's going to stay open even if someone does let us know. If you want to know about that, if there was someone in the sanctuary with it, then if you sign up to register for the services, you will get that information. So you'll get updated so you can manage what you need to manage. But the Sunday service won't close down. It will only close down in the event that we were a cause of that, if that makes sense. So we would only close down again if we are a cause of that. The only other way that would change in-house would be if there was something else going on and the CDC had a different recommendation, or if there wasn't a demand for it, right? So if there are not enough people, if there is not enough of time, talent, and treasure of wanting to be in person. And I'll let you know, we didn't have a lot of feedback about coming back to in-person services. There wasn't an overwhelming, yes, we want to be back in person. There was a very small handful of folks that were passionate about it, and most people were fine either way. It's like I enjoy doing it live stream, and I can completely do that, and I could be in-house. If we were open, I would come. So here's what we're asking. If you are happy about this and you want it to be open, make the commitment to be here. So this isn't the time to go, I really want to sleep in this Sunday, even though in Unity we celebrate that. This is the time to say, I am the person that recreates my spiritual community. I want it to be in person, so I'm going to be here. So please keep that commitment for a good 3 to 6 months, okay? And please spread the word. So if each one could reach one, then we will let our spiritual community know we're back in person. Now, you might find that when you reach out to someone, they say, what? I'm now going to another spiritual community, or I've done something else, or I'm really not interested. Well, if you love sports, who loves sports? Because I know this is going to be the easiest way to explain this. Who loves sports, huh? Some Chiefs fans? All right, so if you love sports, you know that sometimes, every once in a while, people change teams, don't they? A player gets traded, or someone decides that they're going to play for another team. Maybe they moved to another state and they decided, Green Bay Packers, pretty good. Is that football? Okay. So they might decide that. What's the truth? What's the truth here? The truth is that if you want your team to play football, you need a team to play with. Notice I did not use the word against. You need a team to play with. So if you want football to exist, if you want basketball to exist, you need others to participate with you. There are no shortage of individuals wanting spiritual community. We live in the midst of so many people in our area. So we bless everyone where they find themselves. Amen? We are a magnetic, dynamic, incredible community of truth practitioners, of lovers, of compassionate individuals. There is no lack and no limit. So we bless everyone right where they are. Now, one thing you will notice is that we don't have signs up, and we don't have a policy on if you are vaccinated or if you are not vaccinated. I ask that you keep this space holy. This is the space of worship. This is the space of spiritual practice. Know that the person sitting next to you is vaccinated. Know that the person sitting next to you is not vaccinated. Know that the person sitting next to you is of your political affiliation. Know that the person sitting next to you is not of your political affiliation. Know that what they do with their body or their life or their lifestyles you may love and you may not. Everyone is holy here. That is our principle. That is our practice. No exceptions. So please, we ask that we keep the consciousness high and holy. Know that when we're discussing things, that we want to embody our principles. Now, there's a growing edge to that, isn't that, for each one of us? We are all learning and growing, and especially in this time and in this space, my God, is there opportunity to be growing and learning? So I invite you to take that on, to celebrate it, to thank the world for it, because we are raising our awareness. We are raising our consciousness. And what that means is that we can take the humble approach to be receiving feedback if someone feels like they need to share something about how something felt or what something was like for them, and that we humble ourselves and create a community of what we teach, which is unity in unity, which is coming forth from a consciousness of love and honoring all beings and all practices that lead to awakening and enlightenment. So that is the understanding with which we come together in our sacred sanctuary each Sunday. You'll notice that we have masks required in the Sunday service that's in this whole building of the activity center. And we also have them required in the small meeting room for the after discussion. The decision behind that is because this is the core experience for worship. And we want this available to the largest number of people who would choose to attend. And so just like the spiritual practice of the least among us, it's not really the least, is it? It's about being loving and being compassionate. With that said, there are other ways to gather that are not required as a core part of the spiritual practice. And that's why in fellowship, if you want to lick each other, lick each other. I'm not even going to lick you. I mean, you probably could lick each other if you wanted to. But that's why there's not masks required over there. As long as Jackson County is not having a mask mandate, then that's how that's going to be over there. So that there is some flexibility so that we embrace the aspect of diversity of paths, right? Diversity of ways of showing up so that we can be a part of a place of spiritual renewal. So, time, talent, and treasure.